What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Check it out. Welcome to the Coach's Corner podcast. Hey, listen, how about, my name is George Zayas, and here's my partner, Dave Steve. You guys know him already. Coach Dave. What's up, Dave? Oh, wait a minute. I think you're muted. All right. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. My bad. Dave, what's going on, man?
I was signing. George, where are you? Donde está? Where are you, man?
Okay, so check this out. Listen, first of all, I want to thank all the viewers that are tuned in right now. How do you guys like that new logo with Coach's Dave's face on at the Coach's Corner? Is that hot or what? Check this out. Is that hot or what? That's Dave. Leave your comments below and let us know if you like the logo. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, listen, I'm right now, my buddy opened up the gym. You know, they're not using the gym. So he's like, you know what? Go use the gym. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do my broadcast there. What do you think? What's
awesome,
up?
Man. Awesome.
Right? Why not? Right?
Right. Are we telling the location of the gym, or are we keeping that secluded for right now?
It's a secluded location, an undisclosed location right now.
There you go. I love it.
So anyway, what's up, Coach Dave? What you been up to, man?
Well, listen, just to let people know what we're doing. Sometimes people watch boxing or people try to box and they just don't know what's happening. It's hard. There's a lot of things. The way I would liken to is like, you know, when you see like a real good dancer dancing around and they're saying, "Oh, what did they just do just then?" We're gonna break down some of the moves that they're doing, and basically so that they can see, so that everybody can see and say, "Okay, I want to try that move." You know. And then also just growing up in the boxing world, you know, I started boxing when I was 13 years old, going to a gym. Every kid in the world knows this unless they're great off the bat. You know, the coaches pretty much ignore you. The coaches ignore you until you get better, and then they start training you. So a lot of these young boxers are like, oh, if I had a trainer, if I had a coach, I could be so much better. Well, you got one now. I'm on your side. We're Smoker Talk, we're Coach's Corner. We're going to start showing you stuff. And all these moves are to try by yourself.
All right, now let me ask you a question. How did you get into boxing? Was something like you got beat up or something and you were going to school and you were going like through enemy territory or something like
that? Take a look at me. I'm always in enemy territory, okay? Even at my house, I got to fight my way to the bathroom and to the fridge. Not in that order. but you know. But yeah, I'm always fighting. I like it. I appreciate the fight game. And then, you know, what happens is a lot of people, they might start fighting they might start learning how to fight. But then later on, what happens is they learn how to fight and the sports of boxing, and it's a great thing.
All right. Hey man, I just want to say something. Do me a favor. Can you do me a favor, everybody that you know you're watching right now? You right there. You can you share this link? Can you just like share it? Because we were trying to do something here. We're trying to help people out. Coach Dave is here. He's trying to share some of his knowledge, boxing knowledge, and this is pretty cool because you got to pay for this stuff, and we're giving it free. This is free, totally 100% free. We're doing it because we love the sport. And we want to make people get better. And you know, right now this was spawned. This podcast was spawned because the Ringmasters tournament, which is essentially the known formerly as the Golden Gloves in New York City, you know, is no longer exists. So the Ringmasters tournament, since it's on a break and a hiatus right now, we decided to do this podcast to help boxers stay in shape and see, and also for the fans that like boxing. Yeah. You know, you could check out and understand what you're watching. And this is what the Coach's Corner, right? Is that what it is, Coach Dave?
Yeah, that's what it is. And when we started broadcasting with the Coach's Corner, the Ringmasters, I would say every once in a while, oh, Coach's Corner, he's doing this. Coach's Corner, she's doing that. Because we have plenty of women boxers too.
Right.
And this is what's happening. So I give out these little coaching tips. A lot of people liked it. We got good feedback on it. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep that going.
All right. And I just want to give a shout out to Mia Brown that's tuned in. Thank you very much for tuning in. We always appreciate you for tuning in. Thank you so much for your comments. And you guys can comment below as well. All right. So
and if they have questions.
Yes, definitely. Listen, if you're not sure of something, ask. We're right here. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be here for roughly an hour or so, and just ask us. We'll definitely go for it. All right, and that's probably better if you interact with us. It makes the show a lot better.
George, how many times have the young boxers come up to us and ask a question, and I gave them a little coach's corner tip right there? How many times? Like,
oh my God, almost every tournament that we've been to, somebody comes up to us and says, hey man, what you guys were talking about, you're right. I noticed that I wasn't using the jab. You're right. My foot was in position right. Yeah, you're right. This or that, whatever it is that we talked about on the broadcast. And they came up and they're like, but I'm working on it and I've gotten better. And you know what? That to me is just like, doesn't that bring you joy?
Oh, absolutely. And that's why we have this. So let me know when you're ready to go. I'll load up the queue.
Load it up. Now, what are we going with first? Which
I think it's stances, right? I think it's stances.
Okay, so we'll go with stances. Load it up, put it on the computer, and then we'll definitely share it, and we'll go with it.
Coach's corner. Okay, just give me a sec. It looks like. All right, let me load it up in the queue and get ready to share.
We're doing that. We're going to talk about a lot of things tonight, and we got special guests. We got 2 special guests tonight. You guys are going to really enjoy this. I'm going to show you guys a little clip later on. So don't right there.
They took. Listen, we put out there the what you call it, the coach's corner, shoo coach's corner challenge, where you could take one of my techniques and work on it. And Shoo did something, Bruce Carrington, who's the #1 featherweight amateurs in all of the United States right now. He's in our program. He's in our Smoke Talk program, and he did it, and we got answers. Today these guys did a movie. It's a legitimate short movie.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's a short movie. I
think it could win like an Oscar or like make a cameo in the what's that? The Cameo Film Festival? What is it? What is it called? The Canelo Film Festival? What is
it? The Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah, the Canelo. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, if they definitely enter this short film into the Cannes, they'll probably get an award.
My God.
Yeah, that's great. So tune up your so we can show the people, share your screen, and we're gonna definitely do that, and then we're gonna show you that video a little bit later on, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. So you don't want to miss that. So do not leave it right there, so you guys can check this out. And anyway, by the way, while we're waiting for Dave to hook that up, we're gonna ask you to, whatever questions you guys have, put them up and we'll share them on the screen. All right, so I think we're all set. Are you ready, Dave?
Let me know when you're ready to go, George.
I'm ready. All right, here we go.
Okay, stances. What do they mean? I covered this in Coach's Corner #4. Let's take a look at it.
Coach's Corner. Attitude, counterpunching, stance. Stances mean everything. Okay. Just part of the stance. We're just talking about balancing. Okay. Front foot stance, rear foot stance. All right. What do they mean? Front foot stance is basically the guy who's going to come forward. Hit me, I'll hit you. All right. Back to the stance. Who's he? He's usually a counterpuncher. The slickster. Boom. Try to hit me. Try to hit me. Try to hit me. All right. Then the front foot counterpuncher. Hardest of the bunch. Comes forward.
Okay. All right, George. So that's what we got. So we're going to start it off with Aaron Pryor's only loss. He lost to this guy, Bobby Joe Young. And if you take a look at Bobby Joe Young, he's the black guy in the white shorts, George.
Right.
Well, actually,
they both have. They're both.
Yes. Well, Aaron Pryor has the black stripe on it. So if you look at Bobby Joe Young, just take a look at all his weights on his front foot. Okay, and this is a front foot puncher coming in, and he's not. Let's take a quick look at it. So Pryor's doing his usual dodging and moving and stuff, and here comes Bobby Joe Young. He's coming forward. He doesn't take no for an answer, even though Pryor's looking for his spots, trying to move. Bobby Joe Young is coming forward, and bang,
Bam.
That's what you got.
Did it.
Okay, Triple G, another front foot fighter. He's going against Kell Brook. Now, Kell Brook, if you remember, he came up from welterweight to middleweight.
Middleweight, that's right.
Super welterweight.
That's right.
And you know what? You don't do that against one of the hardest punchers in the middleweight division.
Absolutely. And I remember that fight. That didn't go too well for Kell Brooks, but
right. So we'll just take a look at it, but just look at Triple G. Here he is coming forward. You know, Kell Brook is trying to see how he's going to handle it. You know, maybe he's going to, you know, pot shot him, counter him, step back. But look at Triple G, just walking him down, walking forward, front foot fighter, putting all his weight on his front, just gearing up and letting his punches go. And that is a nightmare for you if you can't stop him. All right, rear foot. George, when I was doing my little smoker talk
yes,
at my coach's corner,
yes,
do you see me use that little dance stance?
100%.
All right, so that's that's like what they call that boxing style, or coming out of jail, or jailhouse boxing.
Right.
I'm not exaggerating, because check this guy out, the professor, Zuma Nelson.
But not for nothing, Dave. When I saw you doing that video that you just did before, and you were doing all that thing, I thought I was back in the projects, man, back in the Bronx. I mean, but go ahead.
Listen, and there's a reason they fight like that in the projects. George, you grew up in the projects. I had a lot of friends in the projects. Basically, if you can't move around like that, you might be fighting more than one person. You got to move, because you're looking at other people. So let's take a look at the professor, Zuma Nelson, as he goes against Daniel Mustafa, a.k.a. the Lion King. Okay, and you can see who the professor is right there. He's moving. Do you see that little? Wait. Do you see that little jump?
Yeah, go
back. That little hop step.
I think he touched his ankles, like his heels together.
All right, it's gonna come quick. Ready? There's a jump. Boom! Yes, he did. He clapped his feet together. He tapped his feet. And look at him. Look at him go. This is somebody who would fight very well in the projects. Look at him make those moves. He's a slickster. Look at that. You saw that jump? Oh, look at him. Look at him go.
He's one of the best.
Very interesting. All right. The all-time pound for pound, Charlie Burley. You know anything about him, George?
You know what, Dave? I wanted to look back, and I was like, Charlie Burley. You know, I didn't know who that was, and interestingly enough, you brought him up, and it's, it opened up my eyes, and I'm definitely going to go back and review some tapes on Charlie.
Charlie Burley was one of these fighters that we're talking, I'm pretty sure it's the 40s. Don't quote me on the exact time, but a lot of black fighters did not get their chance. And he was one of these black fighters that were very good, that nobody else wanted to fight. As a matter of fact, Sugar Ray Robinson has been said as ducking Charlie Burley, right? Like, he didn't want no parts of Charlie Burley.
Well, that says a lot about him as a boxer. If he dodged him, go ahead.
So this is, I mean, just to take a quick look at it. This is Charlie Burley right here. He is a back foot counterpuncher, and he's very, very interesting. And he was part of this. They called this black group. They called themselves the Murderers Row. And they would fight everybody. So this is Charlie Burley. He fought everybody at 147. He moved up to middleweight. He's fighting a light heavyweight, and he's even fought heavyweights while keeping his weight there, because he couldn't get fights. Nobody wanted to fight him, including Sugar Ray Robinson, who's considered the pound for pound for all time. So let's take a look at that back foot stance that Charlie Burley takes. He's got a nice right hand, as you can see, and you can see he's fighting a light heavyweight. He's a middleweight. He's given up at least 15 pounds, and he's playing with this guy. It's almost like he's playing tag with the little kid. You can see him tying up right there, very smart. But he's just doing whatever he wants, and is not worried about this guy at all. And he's just very, very smooth. Probably the greatest boxer who ever lived, right there. All right, let's talk about front foot counterpunchers. Roberto Duran, when he won his lightweight championship versus Ken Buchanan.
He has his stones all the way from Panama.
Right, and let's take a look. So, and what I want you to do is not that he's just on his front foot, look at the head movement that he brings with him. You understand? He's anticipating getting hit by the other guy. And look, when you come forward like that, you know you got to be able to fight on the inside. And look at these moves that Duran is putting on. And then he's still, guess what? He's still coming forward. All right. Now, what do they say? Styles make fights.
Yes.
You know this fight.
Yes.
Taylor and Julio Cesar Chavez.
Yes, I remember watching this fight when it happened, and I think it was in the early 90s. All right. You had Julio Cesar Chavez, one of the best pound for pounds at that time, I believe. And you have Pernell Whitaker, Sweet Pea Pernell. Now, no, I'm sorry.
Melvin Taylor.
I'm sorry. That's later on. We're going to talk about Sweet Pea in a few minutes.
Right.
Melvick Taylor, the thing about this fight was that Melvick Taylor was dominating Julio Cesar Chavez for 12 rounds. And I think within the last 20 seconds, he got put down by Julio Cesar Chavez. The fight was stopped, giving Julio the win, and it was a very controversial win. Let's take a look.
And a very controversial stoppage. All right. So when they say Styles makes fights, this is the epitome of Styles making fight. You got your front. This is Ali Frazier. You have Julio Cesar Chavez, who's a front foot counterpuncher, and Melvick Taylor, who's a rear foot.
And get away with low blows to the side of Chavez's body.
Counterpuncher.
They trade a right and a left.
And you can just see Taylor just staying back, throwing nasty punches, being sharp, and Julio Cesar Chavez just putting on the pressure. And this is one of the earlier rounds. You can see that their faces still look fresh. They're still coming forward. And this is how the fight is getting established. This is like an unbelievable game of chess, except the chess players are real and they're throwing real punches. Absolutely. And you can see he's moving around. He's throwing his jab, lead right hand, staying out. But look at Chavez putting it in. Now in round 12, this is it. Now right here, I just want to make a point. If Melvick Taylor doesn't come forward and try to punch, if he runs away, there's 23 seconds in this round. The round's about to end. If he runs away, he wins this fight.
That's correct.
Right? If he just gets on his bicycle and runs, but he was brave, right? And this is what happens. He met Chavez. Look at him come after Chavez. And look what Chavez does. He turns him around and drops him. He lost that fight.
And let me tell you something, Dave, Coach Dave. The thing about that whole fight was that Melvick Taylor, after that, was never the same again. He was not the same boxer right after meeting Julio Cesar Chavez from the brutal encounter that they had with each other. And I've never seen Julio get hit so hard and beat up so bad for 12 straight rounds from another boxer since.
I'll tell you what. I don't know.
Maybe De La Hoya was the other guy that.
Yeah, but but he was already old then. But you know, Chavez had. I read somewhere that his skull was like a quarter inch or an eighth of an inch thicker than a normal skull, and then I'm very convinced that in Central American countries like that, that's their biology. Their genetics that they have thicker heads. I mean, they taking punches that I don't see other human beings taking. And guess what? If you have a thicker skull, you can do that because he ate punches that humans can't take. Physically.
Yeah, I know a lot of thick skull people in my time.
Incidentally, when I was a teenager, I got jumped. I got hit with a bat. I remember I got jumped, and it was just one of those crazy things. But had I not been a boxer with a thick skull and was used to getting hit, I would have been in big trouble. But now you can see, George, I'm fine.
Yeah, sure you are. Yeah,
I'm fine.
All right,
give me a bit.
All right, so we took a look at the stances. Now, Coach Dave, did you want to cover? You wanted to cover something else as well. You wanted to talk a little bit maybe about what was you talking about, the basic jab? I think that was something you wanted to cover.
Right, basic jab is next. We covered that. We did cover that in on Smoke Talk on Coach's Corner. On IG when I put out these films.
Right.
You know, so actually, so when I got the screen, let me go.
You're in.
Okay, we're in. All right, so basic jab. Let's
Coach's corner.
let me do my
Jab,
spiel
of
first.
course, the basic jab. More important is the footwork, right? Basic jab. All right, but what about the footwork? Here's the problem. People practice like this and they come back on a heavy back jab box. That's wrong. All right. Why is that wrong? Because if somebody steps back, then you're stuck like this. You don't know what to do. This foot has got to be trained to come with you. Your whole stance has to move when you jab. So obviously, I mean, it's even up to throw the jab, but your feet got to move with you. Can you throw a jab from here? Not a problem, as long as you're defensively aware. Where's your chin? Usually here, but it can be here. All right? But either way, your feet got to move with you. Because you got to be responsible for those other punches and your defense. Smoke it on.
Some of the experts, George, in action.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Let's go for it.
let's see who we got first. All right, Willie Pep. Willie Pep is in the right. He's the white guy in the white shorts, right? And
We did
he
the,
won over 200 fights.
remember we did the Willie Pepin Invitational in Connecticut, and we that was a tribute to him, and his late wife was, I mean, his I'm sorry, his widow was there.
Right.
And we were able to do that with the with some of the younger boxers.
Willie Pep had some of the best foot movement. He always said, "He who hits and runs away lives to hit again another day," or something like that. And as you can see, he's got his basic jab going on over there. Sorry, my.
All right, I just muted it for a second. Somebody's calling Coach Dave. All right, so go ahead, Dave.
Okay, so you got Willie Pep moving around. He's got tremendous foot movement, and he's something to see. If you look in his fights, I mean, I'm only just looking at his jab right now, and then we have the greatest of all time.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali, man.
In so many ways. Now, Muhammad Ali jabs are a little bit different. They're not the basic jab. He throws a backhand jab almost like a whip, and take a look at it. And he always throws a jab on the move. So he's moving, he's hopping, just something different. He gives you a different look. And the way he's going to slip punches is by leaning back. He doesn't really duck too much going forward. He ducks, he slips punches by moving back. And Ali's whole game is moving back. He is unbelievably smooth. You know?
Absolutely.
All right. And this is one of your guys right here.
Yeah, Sweet Pea.
Right? Now, Pernell Whitaker also doesn't have a standard jab. It might look standard, but it's not. He throws almost a jolt jab, and we went over the jolt jab. That was the first punch, except he does it with a little hop back. So watch him like push his way forward as he hops back. Pernell Whitaker is in the black trunks as opposed to the dark blue trunks with the stripe. Solid black trunks. Look at Pernell Whitaker, his jab. And you see how he's going back, and then he just pops it. Look at his whole body just jump on his front foot when he does this. Bang! You see it?
One of the best.
Sometimes his rear foot will actually leave the ground. Most often than not, his rear foot is going to leave the ground. And of course, he mixes in all the punches, but right back to the jab. He's a very, very slick guy. A lot of people thought he beat Julio Cesar Chavez when they boxed. All right. Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes, true champion, used to spar with Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Obviously influenced by Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Those are jabs similar to Muhammad Ali, but a harder jab. His jab is like a solid punch. You know, he actually leans forward into his jab, but similar to Ali, as you can see.
Yeah, and they compared him at the time too. He was like the new Ali, but you know, I never saw it, but I could see the influence from Muhammad.
Okay. Now, Buster Douglas. Let me go back a little bit. The reason I have Buster Douglas is because he pulled off one of the greatest all-time upsets in boxing history. So How did he do it? He had to have a jab, because if you're going to fight Mike Tyson, how are you going to fight Mike Tyson, George?
With that jab, man. And Dave, can I just interject here and say something about that? Because years ago, I thought that if Mike Tyson would have fought Riddick Bowe, both of them in their prime, I think Riddick Bowe would have beat him because of that long reach, and he had that same kind of style, and he was a hard puncher, just like Buster Douglas. And that never came to fruition. But you know what? I always felt that if they fought and they met, I think Tyson would have lost him. And we see a big upset in the way of Buster Douglas taking out Mike Tyson.
Well, I'll tell you what, Riddick Bowe avoided Mike Tyson for sure. And he also avoided Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis even used to give like commercials, like pay for commercials, and called Riddick Bowe Chicken Bowe. And Bowe could straight up fight, so I would have liked to see it. It didn't happen, but let's take a look at Buster Douglas and why he was successful in this upset. And you could see he was moving around, which you had to, and he established the jab. And if you don't establish a jab, you are going to get killed, especially around that time when Tyson was Tyson.
That's right.
The baddest man on the planet at the time.
That's Iron Mike.
Iron Mike, right. And you even see that even when they go into clinches, this was a good tactic. You see Buster Douglas jab and clinch. So let me tell you something. If you jab, if you end up in a bunch of clinches, but you get a jab every time in before you clinch, and the other guy gets nothing, guess what? You're going up in points and in wearing the guy down. So it made a big difference. Now I put Bernard Hopkins here. Now Bernard is he's in the right. Felix Tito Trinidad is in the Puerto Rican shorts with the Puerto Rican flag, the red, white, and the blue triangle. So, but Bernard Hopkins, more than anybody, throws a classic jab. I mean, Felix throws a nice jab too, but these two guys are classic. There's nothing fancy about what they do. They throw good, basic jabs. And watch Bernard throw his jab. Both of them keep their hands up. It's good boxing fundamentals, good basics. You see how Bernard throws his jab? Okay. Kostadze is a Russian. I'm pretty sure he was a gold medalist, a champion in junior welterweight.
Right.
From Russia, and then he moved to Australia. But Kostadze was one of these guys who would throw his jab. He would throw it a lot. He would vary the speed and the power of it. And then he would put his right hand, his right shoulder in front of his left shoulder, like almost changing his stance, and throw jabs with his new lead hand, which is his right hand. So something to watch. See how he's very busy with that? And you're not sure what kind of jab is coming. You know a jab is coming, but you don't know what. And watch him all of a sudden. You see now his right shoulder's in front. Now you put it back. You're going to see it come up. There it goes. Something very, very interesting. Kostadze. Okay, Dmitry Kovalev. Before he got stopped by Canelo and I think it was Alvarez. Oh man, I forgot the name. Whatever. But Colombian guy. Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Somebody knows it. Just please put it. But he got stopped, Dmitry. Before that, he is your classic boxer puncher. He's using his jab to set up right hands, and sometimes he uses his jab to set up. Sometimes he'll use his right hand to set up his jab. That's how powerful it was. Or it still is. So he's a classic boxer puncher. Those jabs hurt, even to the body. I've seen Kovalev knock somebody down with the body jab. See, he set up his right hand with that because you got to pay attention. Now he used his right hand to set up his jab. So he's very much a boxer puncher, Mr. Kovalev, and a classic, sets everything up with the jab. Good, basic, fundamental boxing. He's fighting Jean Pascal here, but you see that? He threw his right hand. And then this is what most people consider the greatest of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah, I think a big influence on Muhammad was Sugar Ray Robinson, if I'm not mistaken, because you could see Muhammad using some of the tactics of Sugar Ray.
Absolutely, absolutely. Sugar Ray Robinson had the most relaxed jab. He threw like he's going to throw. You're going to just see him throw so many jabs here, and it looks like he's not even doing anything.
I was trying to look up Kovalev's record, but having a little bit of a problem looking it up. But
yeah, check BoxRec.
I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at it now. It just finally popped.
Before Canelo, he beat this guy.
Alvarez. You were right.
You look at Sugar Ray Robinson's jab. You're looking at greatness right there, how he moves and everything. And this is Rocky Marciano. I just wanted to show people that Rocky Marciano wasn't just a brute. I don't know if you know him. He's this guy who retired undefeated, I think 49-0. You know, Mayweather was talking about breaking his record. This is Marciano, and he does throw jabs. Marciano's in the black trunks. So it doesn't matter. Even if you're short, he throws jabs. And then this is Calzaghe. Joe Calzaghe also retired undefeated.
That's right.
In the 168-pound super middleweight. And Calzaghe is in the, I believe that's green shorts. Yeah, white and green shorts, white, black, and green. He's a Welshman, and he almost paused with his jab. He's got the funniest jab, but he hurt people with it. So, and you could see he was smooth too.
Yes, absolutely. Great boxer. Miss him in the sport.
Absolutely. He beat Hopkins and Roy Jones, but he beat him. You know, they were in the twilight of their careers, so you know he won't get credit for it. But I would most certainly give him credit because look at him, he is smooth. And Miguel Cotto, I showed this for a couple of reasons. Miguel Cotto throws a hard jab, and he doesn't give up on boxing strategy. You're going to see him miss a couple of jabs and hit a couple of jabs here. He's going against. Oh my God, I can't even think of his name right now. But let's
name is in the way. Oh, that's the smoker.
Mayorga.
Yeah.
Mayorga. So if boom, you see how he missed with the jab? Bang. Now you saw that?
Yes.
Look at Mayorga's face. You think that jab hurt him?
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. And look at him. You see Mayorga, all of a sudden he's dancing. All of a sudden he's moving a little bit more. There's more urgency in his movement because that jab hurt him. Miguel Cotto's jab will hurt. And then this guy, Tommy Hearns, talk about the Sugar Ray influence, the Muhammad Ali influence.
The hitman.
Right. I'm showing this clip for two reasons. One is to see Tommy Hearns' jab, which looks literally like a whip. He was so fast with it, and he whipped it out at a 6'2" frame at 147 pounds.
He was a tall guy for his weight class.
Right. Unbelievable. And his back was as big as anybody else's. And then he's boxing Wilfredo Benitez, and watch how much respect he shows him because he just doesn't walk him down. He shooks and jives so much because he's nervous about what comes back at him. So look at him. He's shooking and jiving. Tommy Hearns is a taller fighter in the white shorts. But when and a lot of shooking and jiving, you know, a lot of feinting going on, you know, but when he lets go of that jab, it's going to be like a whip. And notice how he places his jab. He does this thing called a flicker jab. He moves his arm in different places. So as he's moving his arm, it's hard to read him. So all that chicken and jiving is there for a reason. It's one, it's giving respect to Benitez, and two, it's getting him confused. Now you're gonna see it. You see, it literally looks like a whip when he puts it out. And it's a pretty thing of beauty to watch Tommy Hearns jab. There's no other way to say it. It's his offensive mindedness of what he's going to do. And
I got to meet him in Connecticut, and his hands were like just like a big rock, man. I'm like, man, and just I was really admiring him. And I said, we had some cool words, and we were at a buffet. We were both getting food, and he was there. He was there with his family, and my eyes lit up because I was like, "Oh my God, that's Tommy Hitman Hearns." and I recognized them right away. So it was interesting to see that. Now, Dave, can we switch gears a little bit and go into and then we can get back into the Coach's Corner part? Because I like to bring on our guests. Is that all right if we do that right now?
Oh yeah, let's do that right now. Who do we got?
All right, so I'm gonna cue up the video first, and then I'm gonna bring up the person that that we said that it's a special.
Now, which video are you gonna go first? Are you gonna go to the original Shoo Coach's Corner Challenge, or the one that was winning that got over 50,000 views by Price Taylor?
I'll tell you. Let's put the Price Taylor Shoo one first, and then lead up, and we'll talk a little bit about it. Then we'll lead up to the video that I want to show you, and then our guests. How about that?
Which is a movie. So
let's watch this one together. Before we watch the movie, let's watch what triggered that movie. How about that?
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do it. Hey, how about that?
All right, bring them on. Let's bring these guys on.
Well, before we do that, do you want to show the movie, or you want to bring them on first?
Let's bring them on and let's talk about how I want to see how they got inspired to do this thing.
Okay. So we're gonna bring on the first person that wrote the movie, and then we're gonna bring on his partner. All right. So with us, joining us is the Behemoth. Hey, Behemoth, look at him. He's working out. He's working out.
Does he know he's on the show?
Oh, snap. Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on?
Yo,
I'm working right here. Working hard.
Hey, man, what's up with that hair, man?
Hey, listen, man, look, this whole thing with the corona is messing everybody up, man. My hairdresser, she locked in a house. I can't see her. You know what I'm saying? So it's closed. I get it usually braided, but I'm just letting it free right now. I know the Behemoth is out, baby. The Behemoth is out.
I like it. I like it. And
good looking. I got a flash
all you need is an electrical outlet. You just lick your two fingers and you stick them in there, and bam, you're good to go.
All right, so,
that'd be crazy. I did that one time as a child. I know what happens when you stick a fork in the outlet.
Oh, I believe it.
All right. So Behemoth, I'm gonna you tell us a little bit about what you did, and then I'm gonna play it, and then I got another surprise. But tell us.
All right, cool.
So go ahead. What was it that you did? What inspired you from that video from the Shoo Challenge?
Yo, I saw my man Bruce Carrington. You know what I'm saying? My man Price Taylor, man. And I'm like, yo, these guys killing it, man. Yo, they killing it. I'm like, the shoulder roll, huh? And I'm from Trinidad, so my accent gonna come up. But I said the Shoo Challenge. I said the Shoo Coach's Corner Challenge, So I said, let me get on with that. So that's what I did. I decided to just do it and just go for it, and be creative about it, because I like what my man Taylor did, what Price did.
Yeah, but you brought in something else. What? You brought in an actual movie guy. How'd you do this?
Well, I just came up with a script. I said, yo, what we do here? I got to do something, because it's like it was a challenge. It's like it felt like Smoker Talk was one kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make some imaginary kingdom. Say, yo, they challenging us, man. We got to show them. So I went ahead and I was like, let me write something. I did it in 3 minutes. I called my boy Tim from Vegas, and he did all the characters. I wrote the script, and he brought it to life. Dark Seed Entertainment.
All right, so big shout out to Dark Seed Entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's bring in let's put the video in, and then we'll bring him in. Wait, hold on a second. Let's put in the video first, and then we'll explain it, and then we'll bring him in. How about that?
All right, cool.
All right, so this is like a movie.
Yeah.
All right, so hang out for a few minutes. We'll be right back.
Love it. More running man. More running man, please. I told you that boy could dance, didn't I? Did I tell you could dance? You didn't believe me. How about you? You thought I was lying too, right? You thought I was fibbing? You thought I was fibbing, didn't you? My king! My king! Who dares interrupt my entertainment night? It's me, General Dark. I have grave news from the East, Your Highness. Everyone, leave my presence. I have way more pressing matters to deal with. But I had another 3 hours to go, Your Majesty. I was trying to break my record of 8 hours. Out! Oh, man. This had better be good, General Dark. You know how much I love Happy Feast's performances. He was about to break his 8-hour record. And you know how much that means to me. I have news from the East, Your Highness. In the Big Apple, there was a thread from a kingdom called Smoker Talk Boxing. They have put out a challenge called the Shushu Coach's Corner Challenge to all kingdoms, Your Majesty. From a great warrior named Bruce Carrington. What should we do? A challenge? A challenge, you say? He said a challenge. You believe that? Who dares challenge King Dramatic? Don't they know who we are? Don't they? Yes, my king. And if they don't know, they'll soon find out. But who are we gonna send? Take a wild guess. No. Yes. Yes. Send in the boy. The boy. The boy.
All right. Well,
oh my God. Bring in Lord Dark, please, and King Dark or Emperor Dark or.
See, no, I don't know. He must have fell off the feed, but we got the house.
Yeah, he got issues with his internet. You know, I don't think he paid his bill. I ain't trying to put him on blast. My bad, see. My bad, Dark. See, you know what I'm saying? He ain't paying his. He was telling me, yo, my internet keep flickering. I said, yo, that's a problem, bro. You better call yourself. You better call whoever you got, man. So,
do you guys live in the same building? Because I know you stuck your 2 fingers in the voltage.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where he live. He live in Vegas. I'm in New York, but yeah.
Oh, he's
in
Vegas.
Yeah, he in Vegas. Yeah.
So tell us a little about this guy. Who is this guy? This is fantastic.
This guy is he's a character. I mean, that's how I could put it. Like, I was like, who can I pick for this part? And I told him to do this scene and it was last minute, and he put it together, and he was up till like 5 a.m. He's like, I'm tired. I said, nah, man, you can't be tired. You got to do this. This is when they sleeping, when you got to work. You got to push yourself. And so I motivated him. He said, all right, room for you. I said, yeah, man, let's get it happen. Let's do something. He said, all right, I'm going to go in the closet and get the broomsticks. I said, whatever you got to do, player.
Oh my God.
So he went and put the little skeleton characters on the broomsticks, and he was talking to them through the whole skit like they was listening and talking to him. I was like, that man crazy.
Now he put
it was
three
cool.
characters. You wrote all three characters. You wrote the General Dark and King Dramatic. You wrote all those.
Yes, yeah, and I put Kingdom Dramatica. So Dramatica Kingdom play off of Dramatic King Dramatic, and he put all that, and he made all that. All his outfits, he did the wardrobe too. He put bed sheets.
Don't forget Happy Feet. Don't forget Happy Feet. Too.
Oh, my man, Happy Feet, yo, it was crazy. He had the goggles and everything, and doing a running man. It's been a while someone saw the running man. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, and the whole thing was funny.
It's all over TikTok, that's for sure.
Yeah. The funny thing is, he actually did it where how I had it where the king had the running man, which is name I'm saying that's going to be doing the dancing. He had him doing it for 8 hours. Imagine that. You the king and you got your court jester dancing for 8 hours straight.
He's trying
to
break a record, man.
Yeah, he trying to break a record, but my man knew he was tired.
I think you gotta win. You gotta put this in, and you gotta win some sort of award. You definitely want some socks from us when we get them in. You definitely want some socks for us.
No doubt.
Socks.
No doubt, y'all.
And I want to ask you something, Bohemian. I want to ask you a question. Tell us about what since you saw that challenge, what did that mean for you, and what did that do besides inspiring you to write this movie? What did it do for you?
I'm actually using that. You know what I'm saying? My man Bruce Carrington, I'm using that on shoulder roll in one of my fights. I'm about to pull it off, put one of my shoulder rolls in the fights, and when I get my next, I'm waiting for this ringmasters. That's why I've been training. I work at least like 2 times a day, and just getting more solid and everything, just getting more chronic. I'm not playing, y'all. Like, I'm really serious about getting in shape, and this is the best way to get in shape. So when I saw the challenge, I said, man, what better way, since all this thing that's going on right now, is to keep yourself right, keep your mind right, keep your body right. That's what it's about. So definitely,
let me give you a little training tip, a little coach's corner training tip right now.
Yeah.
When somebody asks you for thirds and fourths, when you've been eating, just say no.
Yeah, you remember when I went to the weigh-in? You saw me. I said, listen, look, I shut down buffets. The reason why I shut down the buffets, all right, is because I wanted to feed people. So after I did, I'm going to feed the people. So these are the buffets I'm bringing to the ring when I get in the ring. I'm going to feed people. And then the hook on phonics, baby, I'm teaching them, man. I'm teaching them. They're going to read. They're going to learn to read. I'm telling you. Whoa. Man.
I'm
finished.
I gotta ask you another question. What does the Coach's Corner mean to you? Because you told me something about it. What does it mean to you watching these shows?
Coach's Corner, man, is straight up like how D was saying how it all came to be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, here's the Coach's Corner. Because every time the bell ring, you got to go to the Coach's Corner, right? That's where the fighter is learning and getting instructions. And in boxing, the person that is the most important part outside the ring is the coach, because he's his eyes. He sees what the boxer may not understand or see what's going on. So that's why when the boxer go back to the corner, he got to listen to his corner. He got to listen to his coach, because coach is seeing what's happening and say, yo, listen, if his guy keeps throwing jabs, what you going to do? You going to hit him in the stomach. You know what I'm saying? Hit low, do whatever, hook, whatever, vibe and weave. And that is important because that's the key to instructions to basically get your game up. So that's what Coach's Corner means, is a chance to get your games up. And in boxing, the more tools you have, the better it is. It's like basketball. I'm nice and ball too. I got the crossover, got the jump shot. They be scared when I do my thing.
All right. So I'm this guy now, George.
We gotta ask one more question, and then we gotta go on we gotta keep on. You have mentioned something about the Coach's Corner, and you're watching them and you're learning from the Coach's Corner. And that was what I was alluding to. You said you had mentioned to me, a while back that you like the coach's corner because you actually, it's like now you're watching it, but now you're understanding once you get in.
Well, that's the deep part, my brother. And see, that's why I was waiting for you to let me know what I was going to break down right now. So let me break it down right now. So what that means is the fact that you put in not just the physical, but you actually put in the mental. Because the whole part of boxing is not just a physical sport, it's a mental sport. And when you put two of those together, it becomes one, and then you'll be more of an efficient boxer. And that's the key, is to be efficient. That's what I was saying.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you. We appreciate the video that you put together for us, man.
Thank you, man. Thank y'all. Shout out to, the one and only, man, the fams. How y'all doing out there? Love, respect, blessings. All right.
Bohemian, thank you for tuning in with us. And we
definitely.
Dark Seed together.
Yes, I got you. Listen, I'm working out right now. I'm not playing. I'm getting ready for this Ringmasters. For real.
I see you got an eye on everything. So
that's it.
You got it together. All right, my man. So listen,
definitely, man.
You go back to your workout, Behemoth.
That's right.
And, see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Well, take care, all right? Keep working. Coach's corners, man. That's how we do it. Smoke and talk, baby. Smoke and talk.
All right, so that's the all right, so you guys got treated to a little video on that. But Dave, I want to give a couple shout outs before because we've been kind of the chat. We want to give some, we want to
shout him out, George. Shout him out.
Nighthawk 13666. He's here. Thank you for tuning in. As always, man, you're a great supporter. Dennis Burgos, he says looking agile coach. And John Creasy, thanks, John, for tuning in as well. Timothy Dark, thank you so much.
Timothy Dark is our guy.
Yeah, Timothy Dark. Yeah, he tuned in. He also tuned in, but then he dropped off.
We'll bring him back next week.
Yeah, we'll bring him back the next time. Adam Pollock. Now, Adam Pollock and Jose Villanueva. I want to say shout out to Jose Villanueva. Thanks for tuning in. I want to bring up Adam Pollock's question because it's something important. And going back to the coach's corner, what we were talking about, he asks, for the fighters just starting out, what do you recommend young fighters following after the jab? So you throw the jab, what do you do afterwards?
Okay. Well, what you do is you get a decent coach to get in front of you, and you want this coach to smack the hell out of your fighter. All right, boom. Because too many people in this boxing game think like, oh, I'll throw a jab, and it'll be okay. No, you throw a jab, you just moved into the other guy's range, and this guy wants to hit you back. You have to, all young fighters have to get the footwork down, and they have to understand that punch is going to come back at them. So as soon as you start the jab, you've opened the door for it's Pandora's box. Yeah, you could hit him. Yeah, you could throw punches on him, but it could also go the other way. Okay? Opening up that door, they got to know what's available, and they got to be able to jump right back out.
All right, good. Thank you, Coach Dave. And then we got Felipe Gomez. Speaking of getting smacked, and a coach, Felipe Gomez is in the house. He's tuning in as well. Big shout out to Felipe Gomez. Good
manager. Now he's a trainer. Oh, I think he's a real estate salesman too.
Yeah.
Felipe, tremendous boxer. He was a Golden Gloves champion. Had a real promising pro career, but he became a cop. And I think he bought a lot of drugs undercover or something like that.
All right, let's not disclose everything.
Listen, the people he bought from way back then, when he was an undercover officer, they're probably all dead now.
All right. And then we got Roger Can checking in. He goes, "The guy is too funny, though. Behemoth is too funny." He says so.
That guy is nuts.
And Roger, thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate you being here this evening. All right, so we got Felipe also says that he agrees with Dave. Used to always get the, smacked out of him when he started.
Yeah, you have to know that. But otherwise you wrongfully think that you're doing the right thing. Oh, let me go in there and jab. I'll hit him. No, you're gonna get hit back. People have got to teach the footwork, right? Felipe Gomez is after he got out of the drug game, and he got out of the drug game as an officer. So all right, he wasn't really in the drug game like that. But Felipe Gomez is one of the credits to New York City's boxing program, because he took a lot of young fighters and got them pro fights. He did some terrific work. And if they hadn't enacted this crazy insurance that's necessary, he would still probably be in the game. Did some wonderful pro shows.
All right, so our hats off to Felipe Gomez, and thanks again for tuning in, buddy. All right, so let's move forward, Dave, with the stance shifts. Can we talk about that? You
stance shifts? Okay, let me see if I got the thing up.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
All right, we're gonna continue with that, and yeah, and he says, please specify.
Okay, here we go. Do I got the screen?
All right, let's put the screen up. And then we got Dave Romeo checking in. Hey, shout out to Dave Romeo. He says the behemoth is pure comedy. Yes, he is, man, and we love him. We appreciate him for tuning in and for coming in our show. All right, let's move forward now, and let's share that and go with it, Dave.
Okay.
Coach's Corner, the shift. Episode number 6 was all about the shift. The shift is changing from one stance, meaning a right-handed stance, into a left-handed stance. Okay, you could also shift forwards or backwards. Now, why was the shift? When I showed it, I showed a 1, 2, 3, and the reason is because if you have a strong hook, you might want to load up for it and make it your rear-handed hook. But you also might have a bazooka jab and come forward and throw it back, or you could go back and set it up that way. Also, the reason why you want to shift is to show different angles. You have a strong right hand, and then you want to put it near your opponent to throw hooks with it, right? People who shift usually are able to fight both ways, right? That's a given. And they're also able to fight square. Why? Because as you're moving, you can fight square, changing your stance from lefty to righty, putting yourself in different positions and different angles, so that you can throw different punches at different times. A lot of different stuff. Coach's Corner, the shift.
All right, pretty interesting. All right, so you okay.
So let's take a look. The most famous stance shifter of all times is got to be Marvin Hagler. So let's take a quick look at it, and we're gonna take a look at this. Is when he's fighting this guy Roldan, who was a beast, right? You see him shift the stance as he's punching. It's hard to see, but that, by the way, that's a jolt punch, and then he comes over here and he's shifting stances. Let's take a look at him when he's dealing with other people. Now you see him; he's right-handed right here. He's going right-handed, and bang, he's lefty. Okay, and let's watch him doing it in a continuous motion right here. And I love watching Marvin Hagler. There's nobody else like him that I've ever seen. Okay, he's left-handed now. He's moving in. He's right-handed. He's square. Back to right-handed. Moving around. All of a sudden, he's lefty.
That's why they call them marvelous.
Oh, he's marvelous, all right. And I just have to show him again because the concept is unbelievable. And it's in slow motion now. Just look at him. He's in a right-handed stance now. Getting some room. Steps back. Stays in the right-handed stance. Now you can see the fighter move in a couple seconds. Let me see exactly. See, the fighter moves to his right side. And what is it? He's in a lefty stance now. He just adjusted it to where this guy is standing.
Amazing.
Yes, and he's loading up with those punches. Now he's square again. You don't know whether he's going to come lefty or righty. So as you're fighting him, you're not sure what he's going to do. Now he's in a right-handed stance. And change it. All right, now Tyson was famous for the shift, but Tyson liked to do it more on the inside. But let's see a quick shift right now I'm going to do this play by play. Okay. There's the 1-2, and that's the shift. He's loading up. I don't know if you can see it. You can see him loading up with his left hook because he switched stances. Bang. There it is. So let's take a look at him on the inside where he actually does it better. All right. He's coming on the inside. All right. He's in a left-handed stance right now. Now he's square. Back to a right-handed stance. And he likes coming on the inside and loading up with the left hook. There he is. Back to a left-handed stance. Why? Because he's loading up with that left hook. Now he's back on a right-handed stance. Coming in. Still on a right-handed stance. Pulling his opponent back. This is Frank Bruno, by the way, that he fought. Now you don't know what stance he's in. He's in a square stance. Which way is he going to go? You're not quite sure. Bang. Square. That's the combination that he's known for, and that's it. Always interesting to see Mike Tyson. And at this, George, this is my favorite fighter of all time.
Who would that be?
This is Emmanuel Augustus. And I can't even comment on him. I'm just going to say righty lefty a few times. He's going to pull out the drunken master on you. Just watch him. Emmanuel Augustus is the one in the blue shorts with the yellow.
Everybody's going to know why he's your favorite in just a second once you start playing that video, because he was one of a kind and he definitely knew how to fight.
Yes, and had he gotten picked up by the right promoter and the right manager when he was young, he'd probably still be a champion today. He needed some help. His record was something like 40-35, some crazy record. But out of those 35, he lost to Mayweather. He lost to
top opponents.
Tough opponents. He fought them all. He took all comers all the time, and he did not shy. Let's watch A Thing of Beauty, because this is what it is. Okay, here he comes with the drunken master. Look at him, hands down. And you don't know what you're fighting right now. You don't know if you're fighting a lefty, a righty. You don't know if you're fighting a referee right now, because you're not sure where you are. Look at him. Look at him. Now he's fighting lefty, and he's starting to say, oh, he's posturing. But now he's actually starting to talk to people. Look at him. Look at those moves. Oh, he's talking to people like, he's talking to the crowd, George. He's pointing at the crowd. He's in a professional fight, pointing at the crowd.
I think people didn't get him. He was past his, he was something that he was above his time. Like he was, way above his time.
Yeah, he's beautiful. I just love him for who he is. And then he's also a fighter that would, he would take any fight. So I love him as a boxer.
Yeah, he didn't dodge anybody. Absolutely. Right.
Now, Rocky Marciano, watch it quick. It's going to happen quick. I got it twice, but I got it in slow motion, but it's hard to catch. Here's Marciano towards Lewis. Boom. He shifted right there. I don't know if you saw it, but I'm going to try it again. He shifted from righty to lefty to load up with his hook, and he stepped through with his hook to come back into a right-handed stance. So I have that again. Ready? So, okay. Here's the setup. He's stepping forward with his left foot, right? Watch the right foot come forward. Here it is. And that's the loaded up hook. Now what he's going to do is that left foot, the left hand is already hit. The left foot is going to help him with the follow through. Okay. Now this is Triple G. So this. I got this in slow motion so he can. You see he shifted already? Watch. Load up with the left hook. There it goes. I explained this 3 times because this is probably the best example of the shift that I've ever seen. Okay. So he's in a right-handed stance. He's setting up. He's going to come in. Watch the left hook he throws at first to catch this guy's attention. Throws the left hook. Now the stance shift is coming. All right. He's fully shifted his stance. He's in a complete left-handed stance. He loads off with the left hook. He finishes it. We're going to do it one more time, and this is for the young folks, just to see that there's different things in boxing that you probably don't know about. Okay, watch him move back. He's going to just hop in, go to the side, switch his feet, and now come back in with the loaded left hook. Bang.
And one of the things, if you want to watch any of the Canelo fights, you can get that on the Zone, and you can check him out. That's excellent fighter. If you want to see any of his fights, any of the previous fights, go check him out, and you'll see what Dave was talking about. Felipe Gomez says, what was amazing too was Willie Pep. Yeah, Felipe, you missed the first part of the show because we spoke about Willie Pep.
Yes.
Well, we actually went over an hour, which I didn't think we were going to do. I think we are going to try to keep it under an hour, but the show has gone over an hour. So I think we're going to wrap it up, and we'll leave that other segment for the next time on Coach's Corner. What do you think, Dave?
I think that's good. Hey, listen, just to let you know, for the Shoo Coach's Corner Challenge, we have socks. Our sock game is I got to do this, George. Our sock game is always on. I don't know. Can they see my socks? I'm trying to lift my foot up. I don't know. All right. Well, anyway, the sock game is in full effect. All right. It's going. It's official. All right. So now, what we're going to do is pick any of the techniques. Go to Instagram or Facebook, definitely on Instagram. And we have Coach's Corner from 1 to 21. And that's what we're going over. We're breaking down techniques. Do a video, tag Bruce Carrington, Shoo Carrington, and tag Smoke Talk Boxing.
Right.
And put it up. If you're good, if you do good on the challenge, we're going to send you some socks, and they're going to be official. Those are socks that you want to fight in, not train in, okay? Because I've seen you guys in the gym. You're nasty, all right? You just don't know the meaning of taking your hand wraps home and washing them once in a while. You're absolute, you're like savages, all right? like when it comes to some of the odor that you elicit,
So you want socks to kind of prevent.
Ernie Morales is here. Ernie Morales actually has one pro fight under his belt before he became a police officer.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. So, thanks for tuning in, man. We appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much. He says another great show. And also, at least you kept your hands up. Thank you, Ernie, for the compliment. Also, Felipe says, by the way, I was digging Dave's trunks.
The game is official, baby.
It's official, but it's official on the socks.
Yes.
And then we got some love from you from Owen Ortiz.
Big all right. Owen. I love you too, man. I love you, man.
All right. And the outfits, they appreciate the outfits. All right. And yeah, Ernie says he's undefeated. Yeah. One professional fight, one professional win, undefeated. That's it.
Right. And also there were other boxing matches. And the Oranges didn't have a chance when he was working as a clerk in that deli. He boxed those Oranges and won them all right, let's face it.
All right, let's wrap up the show. It's been over.
Love you, man.
You guys can tune in next Tuesday, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel here at the Smoker Talk on YouTube or Facebook, preferably YouTube, because you can go find it a lot easier. And then also, we want to thank you guys for always tuning in with us. We're live every Tuesday night for the Coach's Corner at 8 o'clock. And every Thursdays for the Smoker Talk podcast, where we bring on guests. And by the way, Dave, if you win in the Shoo shoulder challenge, right? The shoulder roll challenge, we might have one of those winners on the show. Is that a fact?
Oh yeah. If we pick you as a winner, as an official winner, we're definitely gonna bring you on the show, at least to say hello, to see your face. Unless you're Ernie Morales, then we won't bring you on the show. All right. Ernie Morales is also a marathon runner. He did something like he went to different countries. I think he went to like 7 different continents and ran a marathon for like 7 days in a row. He's insane. Ernie, you know what? Do some running, and you're also a boxer. Go at every station you stop, do a different Coach's Corner challenge and just film it, and we'll turn it into an epic movie. And, we'll put you in touch with Dark Seed Entertainment and hook you up.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds like a challenge. That one sounds like a challenge. All right. So tune in next week, Tuesday, 8 o'clock for the Coach's Corner. We thank you guys for always showing up and tuning in. And then
On Thursday, let's tell them about Thursday, George. That we do a podcast on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday, you want to tune in at 8 o'clock as well. That's where we'll have a special guest. And we don't talk so much about, the Coach's Corner is more of a guest. It's more interviewing some of the boxers, some of the coaches from around. And that's it. That's basically it. So we'll see you guys on Thursday at 8 o'clock for the
Paulie Malignaggi is going to be our podcast guest.
That's right. We're going to announce that as well. We'll put that up on the Facebook page. We got Paulie hanging out with us on Thursday. So you want to tune in for that special guest and special podcast. So we'll see you guys on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Good night and see you guys Thursday. Goodbye.